Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Cecilia here. So today I'm taking you guys along with me for a long walk in the forest, in the wild. I'm just sick of doing these sit down videos. I'm a traveler. I should be going around and showing you guys my city. So let us take a walk and let us talk about rules that you should think of breaking in order to get ahead in life. Subscribe and then come back. So we are at the crossroads. Where do we go from here? Right or left? Right it is. I think that everybody should form their own opinion about every topic that is important in this life. Don't just follow rules because they are there. Because some rules are really outdated. Some rules are not for this generation. So I'm giving you rules that I think you should definitely try to break. Something that everybody says that I don't necessarily agree with is you have or you must work really hard in order to succeed in life. So what I mean by this is that it is not always that you have to put in 12-14 hours a day to succeed. No, we are in 2020. There are businesses you can do online that you only need 2 hours every evening and it pays you more than another job the whole day. You guys know what I'm talking about. So in our generation, you don't need to go out there and be in a construction site every day for 12 hours in order to succeed. There are very many ways of working smarter than harder, and that is why I'm saying it is one of the rules you have to really think about. If you have to, of course, but let one of your plans be to find a way or to find a side job that requires less work and where you get paid more for doing less. If you guys know what I mean, that is the only way you will have more hours to yourself and you can be able to enjoy life a little bit. So it's one of the rules that I'm definitely happy to break. Oh, look what we have here. Hello. Hello. Okay. I definitely expected more people here, but I only see a few joggers and a few bikes. I think most people went swimming or something. I expected more people, definitely. It's so much freedom just being in the forest like this alone. I love it. All right, guys. You have to work until you retire. Guys, retirement is not the only goal. You cannot work, you don't have to work until you're 65 in order to have a few coins so that you can go on a cruise somewhere when you are 70. Guys, there's more to life than that. So my opinion is that we should always be looking on ways to have mini retirements throughout our lives. Or mini holidays, mini vacations every now and then. If it's possible right now with Corona, I know we have to wait until we see what happens. But just taking a walk at the park like right now or a walk in the forest right now is a 1 hour vacation for me because I have to work very many night shifts this month. So a vacation or a retirement should not be held on until you're 65. You should be able to enjoy life even in the middle of all that. So my plan and my biggest wish is to be able to work but have like 2-3 months every year where I just go around the world and see the world and have a mini retirement even when I'm working. So having a rule that keeps you in the office until you're 65 doesn't sound very attractive to me. So I'm breaking that rule definitely, and I'm going on an early retirement, and before the early retirement I'm going on mini retirement throughout. Do not be too unrealistic. Okay, yesterday I told you that when it comes to looking for a partner, you shouldn't have unrealistic standards, and I still agree with that. But when it comes to your goals, when it comes to dreaming big for your life, do not fit into someone's box. Don't just be realistic. Also just take risks, dream big, dream bigger. Dream bigger than your neighbor or the next person. If we all dreamt the same, we'd all have houses that look the same, businesses that look the same. But there are people who dream bigger than others. So do not follow this rule where everything you plan has to be so realistic and all the numbers have to fit in and everything has to be in that box. Dream big, take risks. Nobody will come knocking at the door if you don't take risks. So that is a rule I'm really totally breaking. Look behind me, nothing but trees, but it is so much freedom just walking around like this in the forest with my cape here. It is so hot, you cannot even imagine, guys. You see how sweaty I am, but it is in the forest and the trees are giving a nice shade and a nice breeze. I'm really enjoying this. Okay, let us go into the next rule you should definitely think of breaking. You need 8 hours of sleep every day. Guys, I know of people who force themselves to sleep 8 hours a day, and they do not have a job, and they have not set up anything, and they do not have a side job, anything. They're just sleeping 8 to 10 hours a day. That rule does not apply to such people. If you want to sleep 8 hours a day, you should actually, if you want to, but you should have things running for you. You should have businesses going on for you while you sleep. Only the wealthy should sleep that long. And even the wealthy, after being wealthy, they don't sleep that long. So you should take it easy. Like I said, it is also a rule. You should work on yourself definitely. Wake up and read something, or wake up and do a YouTube video. Wake up and do something for your life, your own hobbies should also wake you up. Your own dreams should wake you up earlier. If you know you're not where you're supposed to be, you shouldn't be in bed. You shouldn't be sleeping 8 hours. Definitely not. 4 hours to 5 hours is always enough for me. If you see me sleeping for more than 8 hours, I'm really tired, and I've been working so many night shifts and my body needs rest. Then I'll put my alarm off. I will cancel all my appointments and I will sleep for 8 to 12 hours. But it happens once in a week or once in 2 weeks, and people will keep telling me I need to sleep, I need to get some rest, I need to sleep. But if you have bigger goals, if you have things you want to do in your life, if you want to retire earlier, if you want to be able to travel and still work, you will not be able to sleep for 8 to 10 hours every day. That is not possible if you're really going after your dreams. So another rule, guys, that I'm very happy to break is thinking that you cannot have it all. I am very discouraged at people who think that you can't have it all in life. Like if you nail one thing, you shouldn't go for the next one and the next one. That if you have a good job or a good career, you should be okay with a mediocre love life or a mediocre private life. No, you can have it all, guys. You can have a good love life, you can have a good job, you can have enough time for yourself, you can be out with friends and still make a lot of money. You can have it all. So do not be afraid to go after your dreams. Do not be afraid to try 1,000 things. You can have 7 sources of income. It doesn't have to be only 2. And don't listen to people who tell you you're doing too much or you're doing too many things at once, or why. If you have the energy and you know you have the capacity, go for it. Life is too short to be taking only 1 or 2 things that are good in life. You can have it all. So work towards all of the aspects in your life that you need to make them good or better, and believe that you can have it all, and you will. Oh my God, guys, I cannot stop sweating. I hope it is not too much for the video. Whew, all right, but I'm really enjoying this walk. I'm really enjoying doing a video this way. Let me know if you like it this way, if I should be taking you for walks like this. I know you're not seeing that much because it's only trees, it's only green, but it's way better than just sitting down, right? So let us go into the next rule that you should definitely break, and it is breakfast is the most important meal. Yeah, everybody told you that while you are young, and they wanted you to just not go to school hungry, but it is not the most important meal in the day, because when you wake up, guys, normally you're not hungry. But because someone told you always have to take breakfast, you stuff yourself with pancakes and a fruit plate, which I don't mean it's bad, but you're not hungry. So that is what is bad for the body. So I will talk to you guys on another day about how I do intermittent fasting. And intermittent fasting tells you that when you wake up, you should take at least 4 hours before you start eating. And because mostly your body does not need it. Your body needs maybe a cup of tea or coffee or water. And it doesn't need a whole plate of pancakes in the morning or cornflakes. So that is a rule that you shouldn't necessarily follow, because just eat when you're hungry, guys. When you're hungry is when you should eat. Your body knows when it needs food and it will tell you. But this fear of being hungry and fear of maybe later being hungry and you cannot eat again is just making us all obese and all very unhealthy, and we are adding weight by the second. So it is a rule you should definitely break, especially in 2020. Keep your personal goals private. So this is something that we had a lot as we were young, especially where I come from in Africa. You're told to not always be telling everything to everyone. I think it was always like a safety precaution from our parents, but I've come to realize that some things are better off spoken about. There are things that you really should tell other people. There are things that, especially if you're trying to do business or you're trying to reach your goals, it's not always a bad idea to talk to other people. It's not always a bad idea to look for someone else's input or someone else's insight. Someone could give you a simpler way of getting to where you want to be, or another perspective that you've never thought about. So it is not always advisable to keep everything in your life private. So, but as a person, you should think about that. Think if it applies to you or not. Oh, I love it here so much. I might just move in here. Thank you for coming along with me on this walk, guys. Look at that. So this rule I feel very, very strongly about, and it is always be humble. Someone taught us that being humble is a good thing. I think very many religious books have humility as a very good trait, which is not a bad thing. I'm not saying that you should be going around just boasting and telling people how great you are. That's not what I mean. But you should always think of which situations humility will do more good than harm. Because if you're trying to put your brand out there, if you're trying to show people what you can do, if you're trying to make people aware of your achievements, humility is not going to help you. So if you want to get ahead in life, there are things you will have to say. There are people you'll have to confront. There are some boundaries you'll have to set with people. Sometimes you have to be a little bit strict and very, very straightforward with other people. You have to really say it. So being humble and acting all holy and you are a saint, and there is nothing that you want from other people, it is not a trait that is so confident. So humility could serve you or it could work against you. Think about that, and only be humble where you really, really need to, or otherwise just be very straightforward with what you want. So guys, I have decided to start walking back because I still have to work a night shift and I haven't eaten. That was a good walk, guys. So what I've been trying to tell you on this video is know your own rules and be very ready to throw away rules that don't work for you. So it's time to evaluate a lot of things that are standing in the way of us and succeeding, in the way of us and success, and are hindering us from moving forward and seeing seeing results in our hard work. So guys, I hope you like this video. I have more topics coming up. Every day one very interesting topic, giving you tips and tricks. You are not used to these. You're used to me doing travel vlogs. I will be doing that very soon also. I have a lot planned for you this year. So before we start traveling again, let us just exchange ideas on how to live a better life, how to make sure we have growth and improvement in our lives. So tell me what you think about this topic down below. Subscribe, comment, stand a chance to win a huge giveaway on the 31st of August if you follow this series this August. So thank you so much guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.
This town is quiet.